Okay, first simple way of making an animation in Adobe Flash. So this is going to be a very simple gelato or ice cream animation. First you get the picture that you're going to use. Now I've typed in ice cream cone vector vector. It's like a cartoon type picture which when you zoom in won't look pixelated, it won't look blurry. Sometimes you just have to be careful that you are using, say, PNG. That would likely to be a vector image or like a cartoon image. This one here, although it says vector cone, I can use this one, but that's the picture. If you actually zoom in, it's not a vector because you can see how it's starting to go blurry. Okay, but I can still use that one. It's probably best with a vector, but you can try. I'll try it without a vector. Yeah, without a vector image. So I've downloaded that one. I'm just going to do File and New. Okay, Action Script Free. Okay, then File, Import, Import to Stage. And that's, okay, JPG, which means it isn't, it's like a photograph image, so it's not a vector, but it should still work. So that's the actual image. If I do Free Transform, I'll just resize it to the stage. Next thing, you go to Modify and Break Apart. Try Modify again, just to see if you can break it apart again, but that has been fully broken apart. So this is then the image. Actually, I'll just call it image. Okay, so that's image. Next, you add another layer. This is going to be mask. This is going to be your mask. I'm just going to hide the image and lock that. Actually, I won't hide it, I'll keep it there, but lock that image, lock that layer so I can't make any changes to that layer. I'm going to click on the mask, click on oval, and just make sure stroke is like that, so there's no colour, it's just a colour for the oval, so there's no actual outline to the oval. The next thing, I'll go to frame 60, right click and do insert keyframe, or just go to insert timeline and keyframe. I think it's function F6 actually as well on a Mac. So now you have your mask and you have your image. Okay, so the next thing you're going to click on here. Okay, you're going to go to the end, this frame 60, and then if I click off, okay, you put your mouse somewhere near where the oval is, and you get that little kind of curve, and that means you can drag that oval shape, and you kind of, slightly weird, but you can sort of make sure it just covers the actual gelato. Okay, so that's your first step. On that mask layer, so that basically what you've done here, the moment it's not an animation, it goes like that, and then bang, it goes big. So what you need to do is on the mask layer, right click and do create shape tween. Okay, so that's actually then making it very, very gradual, but it still isn't quite finished yet. Final thing you do is turn that into a mask. So you right click on that mask layer and do mask, and then bring that back so you can see it. Command and enter should work. Very basic animation, but it is still an animation. It does still work. So once you've got that, you could actually frames per second, so you could slow it down 50 frames per second. Actually, let's sped it up. 10 frames per second. Will then slow it down. Okay, so that is a very, very basic, in under 5 minutes, the basic animation. That's part 1. I'll try and do a slightly more complicated one where it's just like a bit more gradual than that.